So I'm at the Ngongotaha trout hatchery, and so let's go inside and see what it's all about. Today I'm just going to show you through what Fish and Game Eastern region do at the Ngongotaha trout hatchery. It's quite an amazing process of what they do here. For example, right here behind me is a tank of rainbow trout that are going to be destined for Auckland, one of the lakes up in Auckland. So this is the extent that these guys at Fish and Game go to ensure that there's trout in our lakes and rivers as well as the wild ones. They do an amazing job of actually hatching and releasing trout into the wild for people like myself to go and catch on, you know, soft plastics, flies, scoots, you know, all those type of things, lures. So yeah, so I'm just going to show you through quickly, you know, some of the process here. Starting with the smallest fish in the hatchery and these little tanks here beside me. We've got like little fingerlings, they're called, when they're young trout. These ones are only probably a couple of months old, and they're in little tanks, but this one here is quite neat. There's a couple of blue trout in there, very, very unusual species. And talking to the people who bring these up and raise them, the blue trout, some of them can have deficiencies in their internal systems and don't survive, but some do. So yeah, quite cool. So yeah, when you come into this hatchery, you'll see the various process, and it's amazing, you know, some of the stories that these guys tell me about what these trout do. You know, some of them, for example, in one of the upper tanks, you can see there's two, the upper tanks actually just feed down, water down to the lower tanks, and up in the upper tank, it's amazing how determined trout are to get upstream. For example, in one of the tanks, there's one trout that's actually got up through the system, the waterway system, made its way up through there and into the next tank. It's quite impressive to see. So yeah, you know, that's the really, really young ones. So behind me here we have, in each of these tanks here, 8,000 individual trout, little baby trout. These ones here are about 4 months old. So yeah, pretty impressive. You can see them in there, and they've just gone off being fed every hour to every 2 hours. So that's how much work is involved in looking after these little trout and rearing them to the point where they can be released into the wild. But yeah, they do such a fantastic job down here. So yeah, 8,000 trout in that tank there. So yeah, the hatcheries itself is fed by spring water coming from a river behind us, the Ngongotaha River, I assume. And so the water's beautiful, crystal clear. But one of the hard case things is the odd one of these actually jumps out. Before I was here, and there was some right in the corners, and I don't know if you'll see that, but we'll try and capture it for you. But some of the trout are forever trying to jump up and get upstream. That's how strong their determination is. The guy who I was talking to before that was feeding them said to me, it's quite amazing, the trout, some of them get out of these tanks and they end up in the drain down here, and that's where they stay. So they're kind of like pets for them. So what they do is they feed them, but what they do is they're living under these little steps here. And yeah, amazing, you know, so you know, there's quite a few trout in this drain off area that just stay and live there full time. And what they end up doing is any trout that get out of here and jump and get down in here, they end up being food for them. So yeah, but they're kind of like pets. Pretty cool, and it's amazing how these trout can survive and live in such confined spaces. So that's the hatchery. Pretty cool place. I'll show you down there. There's a bit of an aquarium as well. We'll have a look at that, and that shows some full-grown trout. And then we'll go around the various ponds, and I'll show you the different size trout as they grow up. Alright, so this is one of the outside pools here at Ngongotaha. There's some big trout in there. Last time I was here, there was some huge trout. I mean, some of them were a good 4 kilo plus fish in here. but they've since been released into Lake Rotorua. So they're in there for anyone to find and catch, you know, pretty cool. But the hatchery guy has given me some food to give these guys a bit of a feed. So I'm going to just chuck some pellets in for them. And you'll see them, the ducks are buggers because they're trying to get into it. They're buggers. But here comes the trout, and you can see them all. Look at that. That's awesome. So cool to see. It's pretty amazing though. Pretty cool. I'm really enjoying being here and checking out the trout. Let's see how close we can get them. There they are. Awesome. So let's go have a look at the other ones. These are probably, there's some fish in here that'll be around 3 kilos max. So still some good ones in here, but they get a lot bigger. So these are these are at another stage of growing up. These are reared out here in these outdoor tanks to basically grow them into a larger size, and once they're grown up they will actually be released, and they're not far off that now. So yeah, but pretty cool, you can see. And I mean, it's a beautiful setting here in Ngongotaha. The actual area where Eastern Fish and Game is based here at Ngongotaha is absolutely, you know, it's a stunning spot. Beautiful area and lovely, you know, lovely place to come and visit and bring the family even, you know, and check out the trout. Alright, so that's pretty much most of the hatchery. You know, those ponds are pretty amazing. So you can see the trout at the different stage sizes. And we've got the aquariums here. This is quite cool. When you come here, you get to see some of the bigger trout. There's tiger trout in here, there's rainbows, and there's even a blue trout. So if you're in Rotorua and you're looking for something to do, I highly recommend coming to the Ngongotaha Trout Hatchery. They're open most days and the public's always welcome to come and visit. There's a couple of nice bushwalks here. It's just a beautiful place to come to, and best of all, it's free. You know, so come and check it out. Fish and Game do such an amazing job. It's still a great place to come, very interesting, and you'll see all the different stages of the trout as they grow up to be released.